in life, we're not walking alone. There are many people that are walking with us. We're not alone, though sometimes you may feel the one starting alone. But as you look, there are other people. Wherever your foot will touch the floor, Amplified Translation, man, that place I will give it to you. And I thought, dear, we have a lot of space that God has given it to us. Look at that. But remember in the beginning, Joshua only had a promise from God. And every time you could, can I walk on this thing without offending anybody? Yes. Good, thank you. Every time that Joshua had to put a foot down, it was by faith. Reminding himself, this place, God is going to give it to me. God doesn't promise to Joshua, your life is going to be fun. He doesn't promise your life is going to be easy. Joshua had a lot of trouble too. He had to conquer Jericho. It was a battle. But I believe somewhere in his mind the promise was that every place my foot will touch down, the Lord will give me that place. The move you made is watching you.
To share a little bit, continue sharing actually on the theme that we had this week, step by step. The story, so from Matthew 14, from verse 22, it's the story of when Peter is going to walk on water, taking steps of faith. And faith comes from where? From what we hear, and what we hear from God, from Jesus. That's what makes our faith grows, right? Even though he sends them alone and he is doing something else, he knows what's going on. He knows what that journey is. He knows that the sea is rough and the lake, or the sea, I don't know what it is rough. We have to be prepared to expect that God does things that will surprise us. And God is able to do whatever he wants, however he wants, and when he wants. And he won't let us go like he did with the disciples. He goes to them when they're in trouble, but it just doesn't go like they expected. Maybe they could wait on another boat or something, but now it just walks there. And we have to be ready to not be offended by what God does. The butterflies really seems to struggle to go out, right? It's like pushing really hard through the cocoon. And I believe that most of us, if we see that, we would like to go and help the poor butterfly to go out of here. I can do it. Let me do it for you. But then the only thing is, if you do this, if you go open the cocoon for the butterfly to help him go out, the butterfly won't have enough strength in its wings to fly, and it will die. So you have to leave the butterfly here by itself, to go step by step, to get out of the cocoon. And because of this, you will have enough strength to fly and live this normal life. But if you want to remove the steps that it takes to go out of the cocoon, you will just stay weak and die. You cannot remove the steps. You can't fake the results. You can't go through shortcuts to make a real pearl, to give it its real value. You need to go through each step, through each layer, step by step, produce the value that it has. And no man can reproduce this. Only God can do that. And I believe it's the same for our lives. We can't just go to the final product if we don't go through all the steps, all the journey. We have to enjoy each step. We don't have to always keep our eyes on the focus on the goal, even though it's good to be focused on the goal, but we have to enjoy the step in which we are. We're going to make a little game all together, and I'm going to ask you to make 4 teams. Okay, so I have here 4 steps. And I'm gonna give each team a step, and on this step there is the instructions to go to the next step. At every place there will be either something that you have to take there, and the next step, the instructions for the next step. And if, yeah, you'll have to take something. Otherwise, I'll tell you. Okay? It's not the case. And we don't have a lot of time, so you'll have to be quite quick. Okay? Quick.
Are you ready for the next one? Again. Wait! For the next step, God calls you far, far away in a land full of mysteries. But to get there, she sometimes kisses the floor. She sometimes is our taxi. She has made this place hers to display what God gave her.
Because the idea was to see different things about what I said this morning and about taking steps one after the other. And the first thing is, you see the goal here was the pancakes. But if you had come here straight, you would have had only pancakes, with nothing on top. It would have been pancakes, no napkins for your fingers, no place to take them, no Nutella, no jam, no sugar. And for each step, you needed to go to the, each step needed the previous one to know where you had to go, basically. Like you couldn't go run all the steps at once, you had to go to the first, then learn here where is the next step, and then go to the next, etc. And about enjoying each step, enjoying the journey to the goal. Voila, have a great day.